I don't even know how to.
This band is such an anomaly. This
I
band,
don't know how you talk about them. You have to be a well-trained ear. I mean,
yeah,
it's the bottom
that's what
line.
it is.
I mean, I'm not trying to like flex or anything, but it's like you don't walk into car
Like
bomb.
you're not just gonna get generic anything with car bomb. Car bomb is like the fucking crazy mad scientist.
They're Frankensteining their way through it.
Yeah, they're just fucking doing like psycho shit, but it is cutting edge.
Car bomb is the final boss
of deep metal,
deathcore, gent, whatever. It's just like as soon as you hear that chorus, you're where you're supposed to be.
Man, I think there might be the heaviest breakdown in all of fucking music in this. Like they go so hard.
This is kind of what we're here for, man. We're here to bring you to this. It's like how do you transition to car bomb? I guess this is where we transition from that era to like now we're going somewhere else with metal.
Car bomb is just, I mean,
I don't even know how to.
This band is such an anomaly. This band,
I don't know how you talk about them, man.
This band is just dudes doing like the craziest shit. They like this is progressive metal. Like this is, as far as I'm concerned, like Car bomb is like just a giant experiment. It feels like.
Well, can you imagine being any instrumentalist, right? Like who's heavy into metal, like guitar, drums, whatever.
Yeah.
And you're seeing, Veil Maya and Born Cyrus, those guys do all the shit they're doing. You're like, how can we possibly break into this scene? These guys are like, you know what? We're just gonna go as fucking ham as we can in every direction possible.
We're just gonna do weird shit.
Fuck everybody up.
The guitars don't sound like guitars. The drums are fucking weird and like quirky as hell. Like just the things that they do on a technical level. Like
so, I think one of their problems is like real like instrument playing folks and band members and stuff. They listen to this like, I don't even know what's going on. I can't do it.
Yeah, there's too much going on. Like, for example, their Waves album is literally just the waveform of one of their songs. Like it's literally the wave, like the pattern, the kick pattern for one of their songs. It's like it's actually like the pattern itself for, I forget which one, maybe Finish It or something like that, but stuff like that. Like it's just like everything about them is they're kind of a circle jerk of technicality, basically, is what they are. Again, like let's take a guitar and make it sound like a laser pistol or something like that, and then use that for like the main riff of the fucking song.
Well, I'll use this as like an opportunity to plug. So, a guy I work with, we went to like a pub night for work. We were literally just outside having a smoke, whatever, and I played some car bomb for him. First time I'd met him that night. It was the first time I met him. I was like, oh, metal guy in public in real life. This is great. And I played him some other stuff that he was into, and then all of a sudden I played some car bomb. And he's a drummer. He's actually a sick drummer. His name is Alex Young on YouTube. If anyone's watching this, whatever, go look him up. He's sick as hell. And he instantly was like, yeah, that's too much for me. And he was like, no, that's too much.
A lot of other, like what Elliot Hoffman's in my list for best drummers ever. Like if I was going to like make a, like Matt Garza's obviously amazing. Elliot Hoffman, drum wise, is just nasty. His timing is just off the charts. Like you'll notice, all of them are capable of it. All of them have this. Like the whole song is a manipulation of time. How they do this stuff live is kind of mind blowing, to be honest. And like,
yeah, break this down and write the notes in a fucking book. Let's see what it looks like.
It's fucking nuts. Now they get all over the place. So the problem with car bomb tends to be, in my experience, is that they're one big giant experiment. So especially this Wave album, like first of all, it takes a while for a lot of their stuff to catch you in the first place because there's so much going on that you won't catch it the first time you go through it. Most of their songs are like that. Their Waves album kind of suffered where some of the songs were just like clearly them experimenting out of their heads. And consequently, they made some fucking amazing songs. But they also, I would say their best album really is probably Meta, because it was just like the way, like front to back, the album is just fire. Like it's so good.
Bottom line is these guys are no joke. Do not play them around your new girlfriend as like metal.
Yeah, they're one of the heaviest. You know what? If you can handle car bomb, she can handle everything. That was my mentality. And like dude,
I get suspicious if your girl can handle car bomb.
The first fucking band, one of my exes, man, I took her to the first band I ever went to see was Car Bomb. And I was like, you know what? This is kind of throwing the kitchen sink at her. Like, either
it's not fair, man. That's not fair.
Sink or swim.
That's not fair to her, man.
She sticks around. She's gonna stick around. I was fucking wrong, but you know what I mean. Like, she stuck around afterwards. So like, but at that point too, I think I saw them with Between the Buried and Me, and I was like, this is a good band. This is a good contrast because Between the Buried and Me is much more like
one of those storytelling bands with their songs.
Yeah, they're more like riffy and kind of nicer kind of style bands. Car Bomb's obviously fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And again, like Car Bomb came on first because obviously they're not as big of a band as Between the Buried and Me, but every band that plays with Car Bomb, they know who Car Bomb is. Like other bands know how fucking ridiculous.
Oh, there's like that. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how they're doing it, but it's sick.
They're just doing some crazy ass shit. Like that's everyone knows. Like it's.
But you have to be a well trained ear. I mean,
yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, I'm not trying to like flex or anything, but it's like you don't walk into Car Bomb. And I appreciate.
Now, I've picked Lord of the Blade. I want to go over Lord of the Blade today. To me, I think this might be one of the most one of the heaviest songs they've done. That's the thing too, is for all the things that Car Bomb can do, they go so heavy. Like when they
don't give a fuck.
They go so heavy.
They don't care.
They
don't care about anybody.
One of the heaviest fucking bands like ever. They're nasty.
These guys would be cool to meet and talk to because they don't give a crap about anybody.
They're just one big giant experiment. Let's make that. I don't know, man. I think there might be the heaviest breakdown in all of fucking music in this. Like they go so hard. There's a fucking breakdown in this song that is just like
there's zero pandering. Car Bomb is zero
just
pandering.
Nasty. It's like the most like let's just fucking
let's go
hard.
Let's go.
So here we go. One of my favorite fucking songs. This album's phenomenal. Waves album. Car Bomb, Lord of the Blade. Let's go. Here we go.
Let's fucking go.
First off, I just want to say, like, the timing of that. Can we talk about the timing of, like, just between the, like, everything that's going on right there, right off the bat is nuts. Like, who's leading who, really? The fucking timing is just automatically fucking off the fucking charts.
How was there rhythm there, dude? But there is.
Dude, like, it works. It shouldn't work, but it works.
Yeah.
It's fucking nasty.
So fucking heavy, man. I love it.
It's so heavy, dude.
Dude, that's
so heavy, dude.
I don't know if I can listen to this right now. I gotta sit here and listen to this.
Dude, they're fucking nasty. And it's not even over. The heaviest shit is still coming. It's so good,
say it's time. To just say it's time. It's like it's a little key to remind you, like, okay, we're good.
Yeah, it's like it comes back. It comes like back together, right? And you kind of feel that like the time come nice full circle. You got this nice fucking.
Because everyone's saying they're all over the place. These guys are out of control, and then they just give you that little chorus. Just say it's time. Yeah. Okay, we can do your fancy everything together.
Yeah.
Chorus. and then they just go bananas.
It's fucking ridiculous, dude. This is anyway. I love it. I love Car Bomb, man. They're one of my favorite bands in terms of heavy. Not giving a fuck. This is the fucking peak.
Once you like them, you'll never skip a Car Bomb song when it comes on.
Yeah, but again, how like the heavy, like they know how to go heavy, man. And this is proof of this might be one of the heaviest fucking songs ever. It's so fucking good, dude. Let's go. Oh, fuck. Okay. Let's fucking go. Ah.
The little shit at the end, they're just fucking with everybody who doesn't like them. Just doing whatever.
Let's just do some crazy shit with our guitars. Just make them not sound like guitars anymore.
We're not following any beat, any rhythm, nothing. We're just gonna do whatever.
Do some weird shit, yeah. And it fucking works, dude. Tell me that isn't one of the nastiest breakdowns you've ever heard in your life, though.
I mean,
dude, so how heavy do they get, man? It's insane.
Anybody out here is in the rabbit hole of listening to metal and you found us, man. This is kind of what we're here for, man. We're here to bring you to this. It's
this is the shit.
You're in the rabbit hole of metal and you're like you're trying to find like you're all in. You're all in on metal. You're all in on like the real heavy, the gent, deathcore, whatever. Like. It should bring you here. This is the final boss.
yeah.
Car Bomb is the final boss
of deep metal,
deathcore, gent, whatever. It's just like I mean, you can go all the way to like you can go to like really crazy weird shit.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can go into like weird stuff. Like
but we're talking just like low tonal, fucking heavy, just hit you over the head with.
You can go into weird bad metal.
Part of it is too like there is Car Bomb that's like. It is like what the fuck. Like I've heard there's Car Bomb songs that like it's clearly experimenting, right? And like when you do that much, like either you find absolute genius like this, or you don't, or it doesn't make any sense and it doesn't really connect like the same way. It's kind of a risk to like go this direction, but they don't.
We have to be talented, and they're talented. That's what works.
Well, the other thing too is that I believe that Car Bomb does other things besides being a band. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure most of the band members in Car Bomb actually sell like audio hardware and stuff like that. Like they all like travel with other bands and stuff as well. Like here's the thing too is there's a song on Meta. Like they've collaborated with some big fucking names. Oppressor on Meta, the singer from Gojira.
Okay.
And a few others. Like they've gotten some. There's a few artists that they've worked with. And my point being is that Car Bomb, like bands know Car Bomb is what I'm trying to say. And
if you get to this point in your life where you're hearing that chorus, just say it's time. You've made it.
This song too,
as a listener, I'm saying, as a metal listener, as soon as you hear that chorus, you're where you're supposed to be.
They're a beautiful band because they have points where, like again, like where they have the sickness inside the face, that like super deep, heavy, like what the metalheads really want, really at the end of the day.
Man.
And they have these grooves, like they like that, like just
They'll throw it in
say it's time, like that. They have those grooves
just to remind you that they're not just noobs. They're not just crazy mashers.
Yeah, they bring you in with some stuff that's gonna catch you like that. I mean, we can talk about the Meta album. That whole album from them is phenomenal. If we're gonna talk other songs to check out from them, like just the whole album, the whole Meta album, really.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
Finish It's really good.
Scattered Sprites is one of the biggest songs, right? Like
Scattered Sprites is up there. Spirit of Poison, another really good one. Again, really weird. Like Spirit of Poison is like. We should probably do that one at some point too, because it's just so weird. Like it's not normal metal, right? Like it's them being like, fuck it, we're gonna do random shit and you're gonna like it. Like
there's for me, there's still in that kind of realm where like I haven't listened to them 10,000 times. Where like I don't really seek out songs by them. Like Lord of Blade would come in my head, and I wouldn't know necessarily that that's fucking Lord of Blade. So I just throw on Carbomb, and whatever I'm playing with them, I'm happy with. Whereas like Born or Veil, whatever, you're gonna get a song you don't want to listen to right now, right? Once in a while. Carbomb, you'll never get that. If you're feeling heavy, you put Carbomb on. I've usually never been disappointed by a song. I put Carbomb on, no matter what song it is. I'm like, there we go. That's what I want to hear right now.
Some of their stuff is like really out there, especially on like the Waves album.
That's what you come to them for, right?
For me, like I've gone through the Waves album enough now where I kind of have my like go-tos on that album. Same with Meta to some degree, but I think Meta as an entire album, like I could listen front to back Meta, like it's the whole album is fire. There's parts to all those songs that I know like inside out and backwards. I think Sets is another song that's like so heavy. Like Sets, oh man, and Lights Out, another one like phenomenal. Gratitude's probably like a really good entryway for them. Like Gratitude's one of those songs.
Gratitude's their biggest song, isn't it? Probably?
It probably is. Gratitude's one of those songs.
Dissect Yourself, I guess, is their biggest.
Might be, yeah. It was their last album, Ordeal. Not as good as Meta front to back. A lot of experimenting going on with that album, but again, really good. Like all of it's really phenomenal. Again, I still think their best album as a whole, front to back, is Meta, because every single one of those songs is like has like a absolute gem on it somewhere. Waves, again, I think they had some interludes and stuff on it that like were like for me at least hit or miss. Finish It's really, really good. Sentinel's really good. Predators in the end will give way to the weak. Predators will bow. Whoop. They just like, and that's the thing too, is I love that like every single one of them experiments. Like the drumming is experimental as fuck. The guitar is experimental as fuck. The bass is experimental as fuck. And the vocals are experimental as fuck. Like you're not just going to get generic anything with Carbomb.
They must be just like the best buds, man, to like make it work.
Here's my point, and I was making before, is that I think because they don't necessarily make music, like they're not a band because they have to be necessarily, right? Like they're a band because like they like playing the music.
They want to do cool stuff.
Like they just want to do crazy shit, and like they're not trying to necessarily be super famous, but because of that, like all the like they're a band's band. Like bands love Carbomb. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you're
looking for something unique to do yourself, you go listen to Carbomb.
Like talk to anybody. Like anybody that knows Carbomb, they're fucking fascinating. Like if you're into vocals, you're into Carbomb. If you're into bass, you're probably into Carbomb. If you're into drums, you're probably into Carbomb. Like there's something in this band on every aspect to grab onto on a technical level.
Well, so it's kind of good that way. So if they were just like guys, if they were just a band out of nowhere, they would be treated as some like crazy fucking ridiculous deathcore, just all about mosh pitting drug band, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But because like I guess they've got a little bit of like respect already, people actually like no, this isn't just some crazy mash metal bullshit. This is like real.
They know what they're doing. They clearly know what they're doing. It's funny because like again, like there are points where like it sounds like to the untrained ear, it's like, what are they doing? Are they just all four of them going in different directions completely? Or are they actually making it work? You know what I mean? Like, are they actually making a coherent song actually work despite them all four doing something kind of different?
Yeah.
It's so weird how they get away with some shit like that. And like, it's because of the massive amounts of experimenting that they do. And it's, again, they're so technical that way. It's very fascinating to watch.
It's a well-trained ear, man.
Yes.
Like I said, if you're here watching our channel, listen to this, I mean, hopefully you worked your way here. You don't walk into metal listening to the Car Bomb, that's for sure.
No, you know Car Bomb when you hear them too, right? I wouldn't necessarily have to know a Car Bomb and I'd hear it and I'd be like, that's Car Bomb. Like, you know Car Bomb. Once you know Car Bomb, you know Car Bomb when you hear them.
Right. And like I was saying before, like I don't think I've ever skipped a Car Bomb song when it comes on. On my metal playlist on Spotify, like when Car Bomb comes on, I don't think I've ever skipped it.
There's always something interesting to catch in any of these fucking songs. But yeah, all of them are phenomenal songs. Again, Meta's my favorite album, really. Lower the Blade might be my favorite song from them, period.
I'm indifferent with them, for me, honestly. Like, some of their songs, I don't even care which song it is. I guess I haven't got to their bad ones, I guess. It seems like they have some bad ones.
They do,
like, I guess the ones that are on my playlist are all the ones that like I'm familiar with. And
Infinite Sun gets a little lengthy, but there's parts to all their songs that like I love individually. Like they definitely have, like, every song that they have, it has at least one part in it where it's like that's gold. Almost all their stuff, you can tell how much they're just experimenting. Like, they're always like just doing something completely unique. In terms of originality from a band, like, it'd be hard pressed to find more originality in any band than Car Bomb. As far as I'm concerned.
They're pushing the frontier for 100%.
Yeah. Definitely.
The Contortionist is pushing it in like the professional direction.
Yeah.
And Car Bomb's pushing it in the like non-professional direction.
That's what it is. Car Bomb is like the fucking crazy mad scientist.
They're Frankensteining their way through it.
Yeah, they're just fucking doing like psycho shit, but it is cutting edge.
So that's kind of back to my point. It's like if they didn't already have some respect in the industry, you'd be written off instantly. Like, you hear that first couple beats, like, these guys are all over the place.
To the wrong ear, like I've said this before, Car Bomb will clear a room. Like, you know what I mean? Car Bomb is an acquired.
Do not play this at a party. Do not try and introduce your new girlfriend to this. Don't do it.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't typically go well.
It doesn't matter how heavy metal you think your girlfriend is. Yeah. She's not gonna like Car Bomb.
Probably not. No, yeah, she's not gonna get it.
I don't think. Man.
There's stuff that you like. I would obviously, like, if you're gonna do it, I would start with like Gratitude, probably.
Just don't
like go to stuff that's gonna like catch them a little. Like,
no, go play Contortionist, go play Forest.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just don't do it. It's not worth it.
No, but well, again, to the masses for sure. Like the majority of people are gonna, like, they're not gonna know what the fuck they're listening to. Is what it is.
No. And you won't. Your first time listening to it, won't know what the fuck they're listening to. But if you've come here, following the same steps that we have to appreciate it, you'll stick there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're here too soon, back off, go back to, Contortionist and work your way back. Do you know what I mean?
It's just, I think it's always just gravitating to something to pay attention to in terms of what they're actually doing. Like, you can compare, like, again, the theory, like I always like to imagine, like, what they actually have to do to play this live. There's so many times where I'm listening to Car Bomb songs and I'm like, I hear the guitar and I'm like, is that a guitar? Like, like, there's so much times with Car Bomb where it's like, I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know what that instrument is. Again, we're fans first. At this point, I've heard
we're not noobs. We're not noobs.
By no means noobs to this. And again, like, you hear the guitar, like, it's like, what the hell? Is that guitar? Like, there's so many times
some sort of synth.
What the fuck computer? Are you doing? Like I think it's guitar, but I don't know how exactly he's making it do that. But like, he's doing it. I've never heard a guitar sound like that.
So here's my rebuttal to that is Common Man's Collapse, whatever the fuck that guitar they're doing, and it's Torn Away and Empire's Race and all Common Man's Collapse stuff. Sorry, not Empire's Race, but whatever that fucking guitar sound in Common Man's Collapse is, I don't know. I've never heard it again outside of that album ever. Someone needs to replicate that sound. That's the guitar, right? Isn't it the guitar?
I think so.
Right? I don't know what it is, but it needs to be repeated.
It was the combination of the bass and the guitar that they played together with Velmaya. Like their bassist Danny, he's amazing in terms of bass players.
Like perfect harmony. It made that sound.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was like an overtone. The thing that they did.
Someone needs to go. Some metal band needs to go and replicate that.
Man. I just know that Danny from Velmaya has like I think he's got like a 7 or an 8 string bass, and he like doubles up on a lot of the guitar parts with the bass guitar that he has with Mark, and that makes it. I think that's where you get that kind of low tone that we got from Common Man's Collapse.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, we've never heard that outside of the album ever. We've never heard that tone outside of the album.
Yeah, it's true. They leaned away from that coming out of that. Yeah, I think you can still hear that going into There's parts of Matriarch that have some of it.
No,
there was parts of Matriarch that I thought Telly was kind of close in terms of like
but not. Maybe they tap on it for a sec.
Yes, that's what it is. Yes.
Yeah, they tap on it for a sec by accident, but it's not the whole album. If someone can replicate a Common's Collapse, whatever that sound is, man, I swear that's a way to just get on stage and be a successful band.
Yeah. If you're a vocalist and you listen to the Car Bomb, like sometimes he's like screaming, sometimes he's like whispering, sometimes he's like just like the way that they their choices, like the choices that they make, some of them are just like, what the hell?
They don't give a fuck, man. I love it.
Beautiful. It's beautiful to watch if you're here.
Are they there? Are they, I guess this is out there. Are they like the kind of the Kanye Wests of fucking metal? They don't give a shit.
They're just interesting. I mean, they aren't in the limelight much. Again, like it's interesting. They actually are a pretty big band. They're becoming a big band.
You can cut that out, whatever. But they're just so out there, man. It's like, Kanye is so out there. It's like,
but I feel like no bands hate, like, well, no band hates Car Bomb. Like, they're all awesome dudes. They're at the cutting edge of the instruments. Like, they're a band's band. A lot of the stuff that Car Bomb does ends up going into other bands. Like, they're super influenced.
Because they're the only ones. They're the ones going out there.
It's that thing where like the inventor is always like the one that's broke, right? Like,
of course.
Like, they're the ones that like come up with the actual ideas, and then other bands take 100%. Pieces of them and then like integrate them into like more media friendly, more like pop, mainstream worthy types. Because again, like Car Bomb's not gonna go. They're not gonna go mainstream. They just can't. But like,
there's probably fucking like jazz folk out there who like, really cutting edge jazz folk. They probably look at little Car Bomb like, okay. And they probably turn that into some jazz. And they end up being like the best jazz musicians in the world because everyone's like, where did you get that from?
Yeah.
I made it up. No, you fucking didn't. You listen to Car Bomb.
They're one of these background bands that I think is more of an influence than people realize. They're awesome. They're so cool. I've seen them live 3 times now, and they're just fucking awesome, man. I love this band so much. So there you go.
We'll do more.
We'll do more of them in the future, 100%. Hey guys, thanks for watching. We got some more interesting stuff coming up for you. Might take a bit of a break, but we're going to set you up with some real interesting coming up next. Maybe it's Language by The Contortionist. Maybe it's more Ashes of the Wake from Lamb of God. Maybe it's something weird. Either way, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. More coming at you later. You're not going to want to miss it. Stay tuned.